right, we're back. That was
Jesus
a loud. Yeah, we're kicking off. Graveyard Shift Movie Podcast, episode number 49. There we go. I got it. I almost blanked out.
We're gonna need a 69 special when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll find.
Wait, you have 2 beers open now. Are you just
No, I threw the one away. Even though then it turned out it was the tuna fish I ate, so the beer probably was pretty good. But anyway, we're back. This week, it was Tyler's pick, but it was actually my pick. And I picked...
That's crazy.
Yeah, I picked It Comes at Night from 2017, starring, I think the dude's name is Joel Edgerton. I think that was his name.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
Old Joey Egg.
Old Joey Egg. This movie blows. Maverick's mic fucking peaked on that laugh.
I think you caught us all off guard with
Yeah. It was nowhere near as cool as the trailer. The trailer really hooked me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5 based off of I think the acting was really good. Except for there's one thing I don't like about it. But 2.5 based off of the acting. And to be fair, the movie did keep me interested with wondering what was going on, but then we'll talk about if we ever, So, Maverick, what's your ranking?
I'm very conflicted.
Conflicted.
But I guess we'll get into that later. This movie's definitely like a 3 or 4, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'll go with a 3 though. So, yeah, there's that.
Thanks, Tyler.
this movie gets a 1. No part of it was enjoyable.
Yeah. Hey,
I kept waiting, waiting, and then I saw credits, and I went, huh.
Me too. The credits came, and I went, wait, did I miss? I went back, I rewound, and I was like, I missed something?
Yeah,
and
we'll talk.
Just credits.
We'll talk about that, because I had a similar thing. But anyway, spoiler warning for It Comes at Night. We're going to ruin everything about it, so...
It never comes. It's never here.
That's the spoiler. Yeah, it never comes. You never find out what it is. So...
It's like a package you order on Amazon, and
Get
it doesn't
fucked.
show up in 3 days. Yeah, that shit ain't coming. Like,
It's like the whole time they have this sickness shit going on that you assumed is caused by whatever it is that comes at night. I'm a child. And like you hear it throughout the movie sometimes where it's like it's making the that's not where it's making these crazy ass like alien type noises.
Platypus.
Yeah, that was and it fucking spoiler it kills a dog where it like slashes him open or bites him open or something. But
that's so weird.
Yeah. But whatever it is, you never fucking know. Yeah. I saw some bullshit too where apparently the cast and crew has had to sign an agreement that they will never reveal what it is. But I call bullshit on that and don't think they know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And that's how they're like, oh, we forbid them from telling anyone what it is. But, yeah, so spoiler, you never find out what the fuck it is.
I mean, the main guy is like he's in a lot of stuff. Everyone else
he's the only one I knew, yeah.
Forgettable, yeah. So, they'll tell if they know. Like,
yeah.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah, fucking little Abraham or whatever that kid's name is, he gets like, to be 10, he's like, it was a worm. You're like, oh, okay.
So I think I know
Travis or some shit.
It was a Texas bullworm. Shout out to SpongeBob.
Okay, Sandy. Jesus Christ.
Fucking trimmers. I think I know what it is.
Cancer.
No, I think it's a fungus, and it affects everybody. And it infected the kid, and that's why he opened the door, which whatever killed the dog was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the dog got back. That's the only fucking thing I can think of.
No, there's This is the only movie on the cast. I was like, well, let me look up some videos,
I'm gonna Google some
like
shit.
ending explained YouTube videos, and there's
Yeah.
like 5 or 6. So I watched like half of those. Um,
Well, I know they're all
But-
dead at the end, right? Like you can see, like they had the splotches on them.
yeah.
Well, yeah, like I don't know if you can for sure tell that they're dead, but that look that they have across the table is like, well, one of us is probably I assume the mom is fucked because she was all just kissing and
With the
hugging
thumb,
on the
yeah.
dude. Yeah,
But from those videos I watched, they were. I totally missed this, but they said they all said homeboy sleepwalks,
Yeah,
yeah.
which I missed that.
the little kid. Yeah,
No, not the little kid, the other kid.
Yeah, Travis or whatever his name is.
And they were saying some of those like you'd see like weird dreams he was having.
Yeah.
Some of them weren't dreams. They were like something that like it was a flashback. And then they were saying the right after the dog left that night, you get a scene of him walking out with like a lantern out of the door.
yeah.
Like a theory that they say is that he walked out, he was sleepwalking, he walked out, he's the one that opened the door, found the dog, and like interacted with whatever cut it open, right? So he got infected, went back inside, still sleepwalking, left the dog to die, found the little kid, which I think his name was Travis.
No, Travis, I'm pretty sure is the teenager. The
Uh,
the little kid is like Abraham or something.
I think you got those mixed up, but I'll do a little Google.
I'm googling it now, bitch. I'm gonna get
Okay.
it for you.
I'll finish this up.
Okay.
The theory I was watching the YouTube video said that he got the little kid sick, then he took the little kid to the parents' room, which in turn got them sick,
Uh-huh.
and he was sleepwalking the whole time. So he was like, "Oh, I think they led you to believe that the little kid opened the door when in reality it
Yeah.
was him, because the little kid never sleepwalked. The parents were like, "No, he doesn't sleepwalk. What are you talking about?" But the other kid does.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's, a theory,
It's theory.
and it's plausible, but at
Yeah.
the same time, they led you to believe that the little kid did it.
By the way, the teenager is Travis. The kid's name is Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
here's
big plot
what.
point here.
Okay.
The front two doors are locked, and the only people that have keys are the mom and the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, how could he have? But you see him when you get a scene of them walking inside, like all of them at the same
Uh-huh.
time. The dad it's just a little slide lock. There's no actual like fucking padlock. It's just you slide it over and you don't lock anything. And I was like, what? Why do you have a key?
I'm
Yeah.
sure they just didn't show them putting the
Yeah,
padlock.
no,
Yeah.
I assume that, but honestly, I want to go back and look at that scene and look at the door and see if there's an actual lock. Like,
So, pop it open. Pop. So, here's the thing that I noticed. And then when I looked it up, I didn't notice it before.
Oh,
but
y'all
then,
look at everything.
yeah, but then this gave me another, not really a, like, idea, but, like, maybe think a little bit. Is that, so the kid, whenever he's dreaming, apparently the way they signify that he's dreaming is that they shrink the screen to, like,
yeah,
a wide
they
screen
said something
angle.
about the resolution.
Yeah, they shrank the resolution, okay? Then, during the climax of the movie, the last, like, 15 or so minutes, when all hell's broken loose and the families are fighting, it wasn't until they were outside and, like, the dudes were rolling around fighting that I noticed that the screen had almost completely disappeared and it was, like, a little bar across the screen.
Really?
And if you go and watch, the whole time that scene's going, the fucking screen just shrinks down till it's like just barely across, right? And I was like, what the fuck is this? So then my first initial take of it was that, because the whole time the kid's hyperventilating and he's like walking around, it almost made me think like, one of the like stress and panic attacks when everything closes in on you and everything gets real tense. That's what the screen represented. But then when I read the shit about the stuff with the kid when he's dreaming, how the screen shrinks, I was like, is this somehow just all part of his dream, this whole ending thing that goes on? But I'm not sure. That I thought that was the coolest part though, was the fucking the screen shrinking down. There was something about it that once I noticed it, I was like, oh, that's dope. But yeah, so then there's that whole thing. Where did that shit really happen?
The only good thing about this movie was the kid's nightmares.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, his nightmare did have Maverick said it was a cheap jump scare or whatever. But the first, like, when he's walking up on that dude, and the dude's like, ah! or whatever,
yeah,
scared the shit out of me. I jumped. I was like, what the fuck?
It got me. Got me.
And yeah, he has some crazy ass dreams. He has the one with the wife of the dude coming in and like starting to bang him, but then she like throws up shit in his mouth.
It's the sickness or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. That was a debate I saw, was whether or not Travis was the one sick the whole time or whether it was Andrew that got everyone sick. So
I just assumed that there was like, I was watching it and I was like, okay, this kid's gonna like make a play on this other dude's wife. And then, things are gonna...
Yeah, he was scoping her out the whole time. I'm like, dog.
And the fact that they added in her being like, how old are you? And then being like, you're not too much older than when I met Jeremy or whatever. Or Will, I think is the husband's name. Yeah. And I was like, is there going to be some weird fucking affair thing going on here? But there's not.
I put a picture in chat of the door.
Okay.
You'll see the sliding, like, bolt. There's no lock on it. There's a key, but it's like the fucking skeleton key for the door. You know, the long ones with the, like, two little points that are damn near useless. And I don't think... You never see the key, but I don't know what the fuck he was talking about a lot. Oh, what the hell he was talking about. But...
I don't know. I know one thing, that this whole time I was watching it, I was like, first off, it reminded me of A Quiet Place to begin with. Second off, it reminded me of Hunter x Hunter, especially when the fucking dog ran off Tyler, because we already went through that in Hunter x Hunter. And then I was like, this is very eerie to what, obviously now I guess you kind of say that the schmovid, can't say it or else YouTube gets mad.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
is declining, even though it's really kind of not, but it is at the same time. But it was like watching it, and they're wearing like masks and gloves, and they're like not allowed to breathe in the. They're fucking self-isolating themselves and shit, and I was like, ooh.
I know. I was. When did this come out?
2017. So.
Oh, I was like. I thought you picked that because it was relatively new.
No.
But then I saw later on it was 2017. But
yeah,
I was like, damn, what a pick for the time.
I know. I was like, oh shit. So shout out to that. But yeah, they get the thing where the kid has the dream about banging the dude's wife or whatever. And then you get this is the only part of the movie I didn't like, just because it was like cringeworthy, was I didn't like a lot about the movie, but this is like, when I say good acting, I didn't like this part, was when Travis and the fucking the girl were having the talk, and she's like, I'm having a strawberry shortcake and a cinnamon cookie or some shit.
Yeah, they're talking about like cupcakes and shit. And I skipped that part. I was like, why?
It was bread pudding and a red velvet cupcake.
You don't like bread pudding?
Yeah.
You don't like cupcakes? And I'm like, why?
They have this whole conversation just because you had just seen I'm pretty sure he was jerking it too when he was thinking about the wife banging him. Because there's a shot where he's not laying down. He was like sitting at his computer desk and he's like all like sweaty.
He was slumped over the fucking bathroom sink.
Is that what it was?
And I was like, what are you doing? Okay. I thought he was crying.
No,
I figured it was like sweat or something, but I was like, what?
Yeah, so I took that as in he was just jerking it to this lady. And so then they have this conversation. So in your mind, you just know this dude was, thinking about this lady like this. And then she like leans back in her chair. and then she catches him like staring at her tits, and she's like, oh, and she covers up, but then she like kind of acts like she's like not okay with it, but like she gets it or whatever. And then the next scene, he's like staring at her while she's like doing some yard work or some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that the dad notices,
yeah.
yeah. And he's like, keep that shit to yourself or whatever. And
He's like, family's number one priority. You can't
yeah,
trust them.
and so you think that that's where it's gonna go, but then right after that is when the dog runs off, and the kid fucking runs after it, and then after that they never really bring up that thing anymore. It was just kind of thrown in there.
Well, the crazy part is like, I feel like the main characters of the movie were the bad guys. I understand it's like apocalypse or whatever, but
yeah, like it's one of the things where I read some shit too where just about whether or not it was Travis or Andrew who was sick. Is that the tightening of the screen that I was talking about? That's supposed to represent their tunnel vision of just single-handedly believing that they're what's causing all these problems and they have to get rid of them and all that shit. But I don't know. The best part of this movie, well, not I think the guy screaming was the best part just because it got me. But they have the whole fight with the dude, and I got pissed off at the fucking wife because the dude somehow breaks free. Yeah, and he's just fucking hammer fisting this dude. And the whole time the wife is like, stop. And I was like, fucking shoot this guy. And finally she shoots him in the back. And somehow fucking the husband manages to get up after he just got fucking whooped on. Which I don't know. Usually I would think that would do more.
He had like blood everywhere.
Yeah, just... He gets up, the wife of the dude that just got shot is running away with the kid who is sick. I'm pretty sure he was sick because the whole time they're telling him to close his eyes, which the whole thing is apparently the eyes. You can tell whether or not if a dude's sick. And so he fucking just takes a shot, and I'm guessing he somehow misses her.
Dude,
and just
that's the worst part.
Shoots the fucking kid. And she's like, my fucking baby, you killed my baby. And then she's like, kill me. And so dude's like, all right. And fucking just pops her in the head. And you're like, oh, shit. He does it once,
and he's real quick to do it.
He wasn't waiting, yeah.
You want to kill me? Kill me!
He was like, let's think about it. No. He was like,
nah, he fucking shot her fast. Oh, Tyler.
I don't know why he wouldn't just let them leave. Like, they're sick, they're gonna die. Don't
they
give
know
them
where
any
they
food,
are?
Whatever. Yeah, but I mean, they're gonna die. So what does it matter?
But what if they don't and they meet up with someone else? And then they go, hey, this guy's over here with
we know a guy,
yeah.
But the thing is like, the Will family, I'm just gonna call them that.
Yeah.
They had food, right? And renewable food.
Goats and chickens and shit, yeah.
The other people just had water, which was like from a well in the ground.
Yeah,
which
canned foods.
Is probably going to last for, 100 years. So it's like, I don't understand how you go 50 miles and not find water.
Yeah.
I don't understand those two guys in the woods that they killed and they didn't find anything there. They couldn't find food or anything. Like,
so so the movie starts off with this dude Will trying to break into this house, right? And then fucking the husband, I can't remember the husband's name, so I'm just gonna, but the husband stops him and he's like, are you alone? And the guy's like, yeah. And he's like, all right. And then just bashes him in the head with the butt of his gun. And he ties him up outside. And he, like, interrogates him and all this shit. And the guy's like, my family's over here. And I didn't know anyone was living here. I'm just trying to find water and all this shit. This is also when I'm guessing that they're still pretty early on into whatever this is that's happening. Because the guy says, do you know what's happening out there? And Will's like, I don't have any idea, So
They mentioned a year had passed.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, he said a year. They've been there for like a year or something.
So, dude decides to trust Will, and he's like, "I'm gonna help your family," and they fucking load up in this truck. He makes them sit in the bed of the truck, and they're gonna
As he drives
drive
down the road,
to go. And at first they were leaving, and I was already getting Hunter x Hunter vibes, Tyler. And I was like, "Are they gonna pull a fucking Hunter x Hunter on us and have this dude have this dude just fucking disappear for the whole movie?" But then no, and so then they're driving. And I swear there's a part where as the truck turns around the corner, you can see through the window, and I swear you can see the guy who's about to shoot them standing there. And
Really?
which I have read that apparently you can see just a random person standing in the woods, which I'm going to assume is it.
I was going to mention, you don't see, like, it was like 1 or 2 frames.
Yeah.
Like, it was real quick. But it looked like someone sitting on, like, a stump like this.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what the fuck? But I never went back and looked.
So I'm not sure if it was that, or if it was a guy about to shoot him, or if it was anything. I could have just been misseeing shit. But as they pass him, and I thought I saw someone, then you get, I swear, Will just like dead stares at homie driving, like through the rear view mirror. And I remember being like, why is he just staring at? And then they started getting shot, and I was like, oh fuck, he's got people here. He's gonna, And then turns out he doesn't. He just the husband like shoots a guy, he kills him, and then he gets up and Will's like fighting with the other dude, and he gets off of him, and immediately the husband like shoots him, and the dude was like, God, why'd you shoot him? And he's like,
yeah,
could have been more of them. But I thought this movie was gonna go in like a fucking this dude taken captive route or something, or like this guy's got a whole bigger clan. I don't know where I thought it was going to go.
Bad episode of The Walking Dead to me.
It was a very Walking Dead type thing, yeah.
Because it might have just confused me or whatever. But the guy's driving. He hears a gunshot. It doesn't hit him, right? And he like swerves off the road. And then the next shot hits his window. And that's when he and he gets out and he kills that guy. Now there's another dead dude like 100 meters that way. Because there ends up being 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand who killed the first guy.
He did.
No, homie jumps out the bed of the truck and starts beating his ass.
That's the guy he shoots in the leg from underneath the truck.
No,
he shoots. He's looking out the side of the truck, and he shoots a guy out near the side. And then at the bed of the truck, Will's fighting with someone. So he shot a guy over here, and then Will's fighting behind him.
Well, no,
that's why he's like, oh, I just killed one over here. I gotta go check his body.
I swear that guy in the woods. He's walking up. He shoots him in the knee, and the guy goes down. And then Will jumps out and starts punching the guy, and then he walks up and kills him.
No. He shoots the dude in the knee. He falls over, shoots again and misses. Reloads, shoots him in the back.
Shoots him in the back, yeah.
And then while he was shooting that dude, homeboy jumped out of the bed of the truck, late as fuck. Like he had already shot homeboy twice. And then starts punching guy in the face on the ground.
The whole thing was real super confusing.
It was. The whole movie.
Where did those people come from? Where did they get these
Never
guns?
explain it.
By the way, when I was Googling this movie, the first related search to this movie is what is the point of It Comes at Night? I was like, oh shit. I clicked on it to find out. There was no answer.
What is the point? Damn.
Yeah.
I think we all got the answer. I found that scene. I took a picture of it. Y'all, it's pretty obvious that it looks like something's sitting there. There's no way that's a fucking tree branch or whatever, a tree stump.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And it looks big as fuck, too. Like, whatever it is.
Okay, so it definitely wasn't the guy that shot him. But it's something sitting back there.
Yeah, it's huge. Like, if you look at it,
it looks like Groot.
That's just a tweet. I don't think that's anything, man. I think that's just
really?
nature,
It's fucking... It looks like it's sitting down, slumped over. You could see 2 legs, 2 arms, head.
I can definitely...
body.
You boys live in the fancy city, right? You come out here... You come out here to the country, you see shit like that everywhere. It's just a tree. There's nothing fancy about that.
I don't think so. I think
I got 3 of those in my yard right now.
This reminds me of, speaking of, because we're almost at the 1 year anniversary, when we did Society and me and Maverick were talking about the fucking videotape that turns into like a sex orgy to that dude being ripped apart, and you were like, nah, that was just like kinky sex back then.
Yeah.
And we were like, no, that dude's getting fucking killed.
I think he said something about when homegirl's in the shower and she like turns around. And he was like, yeah, she just turned around. And it's like, no, her whole body was like...
It was something like that.
Yeah, that was that one, but that was the other one. It was just like kinky sex.
No.
Geeky six.
But I kept
People screaming and yelling.
I was also disappointed because the whole time the movie was going...
Was
Yeah. The whole time the movie was going, I was convinced that there was going to be some deep, dark secret. I said that real dramatic. Deep, dark secret about the husband. Because he always seemed to be real shady. And, like, he didn't like talking about his past, really. And there was just something about him where the whole time I kept thinking to myself that this guy was going to have something. I was thinking, I'm gonna be real. I started thinking that, like,
you're talking about the main character, right?
Yeah, the main character.
Will? Okay.
Not Will, because they keep talking about, oh, I know you do the same for your family. They kept saying that a lot. It's like, you do the same for your family. To the point that I started thinking that this wasn't dude's family. And I was like, something weird's gonna go on here. Yeah. But nothing real. Also, he's wearing, if you guys notice, randomly his knee is, like, wrapped up.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which then, when the dog runs off, he comes over and he's like, "Don't ever fuck around." Just eat shit. Yeah, which I don't know if that was in the script or if that dude just ate shit and ran with
hard,
it.
Dude.
Yeah.
There's no way that's in the script.
And that was pretty good. But yeah, there was something about him. And then I take it back. My favorite part of the movie. Let's do best of worst of. My favorite part of the movie is when they're having the discussion about who opened the door, and Travis is like, it was Andrew, because I found him sleeping in the hall or whatever, right? And then the husband, the main character, goes, does he sleepwalk? And they're like, no, he never sleepwalk. It zooms in on the husband's face and lights on it, and he's just fucking... Yeah. And you could tell he was like, I'm going to kill this fucking kid. Like, you could read his face. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is a bad man, whoever this is.
The lighting on his face made it so fucking good.
Yeah.
I thought what was going to happen was he's going to push off the table because there were shadows behind him.
Yeah.
And it just goes completely dark. And I was like, oh, fuck. But it never happened. Never happened.
The only reason I gave this movie a 1 and not a 0 is because I think the cinematography or the filming of it was pretty great.
It was. Yeah, they did
was,
a really good job.
Spot on, real decent. Like,
I
don't
think
know if that guy was a good actor or not, but like, whoever wrote that character did a really good job.
Yeah.
Now, if it comes out that he improvised all those scenes, I'd be like, fuck it,
Yeah. Worst of, besides the fact that the rest of this movie is just kind of a slog, I'm gonna say that the fact that the lady waited for like 10 fucking punches till she shot that dude in the back. So, shout out to that. Maverick, you got a best of, worst of?
Best of, not really. The movie's kind of short. This is a shorter one. So it's kind of, I don't know. Nothing stands out for best of besides that jump scare, the one and only.
Yeah.
Worst of, probably, I think one of them is maybe not the worst, but when
you can do it.
Fuck. Well, it's not even really that bad. I just didn't like it. Was they're in this tiny little house. Homeboy and his girl hook up, and his mom and his dad hook up, and then he's just sort of like chilling. He's missing his dog, and I'm like, oh fuck, I just felt bad. I was like, what's the point of this?
Oh yeah, we never talked about him. We haven't talked about him perving like up in his little hole, listening to a couple talks.
Little hobbit hole, dude.
But anyway, Tyler, you got best of, worst of?
Yes. Okay. But it's mostly just 3 worst subs. So his dog gets taken.
Yeah.
Dog runs off.
He's in the But well, it gets taken because it makes that high pitched whatever, and then it doesn't come back. But anyways, it probably just ran off because he got tired of like that dude. But he's doing this like charcoal drawing,
Uh-huh.
and he draws these like what would you consider those things?
One of them had a gas mask on, so I'm guessing that was like them.
Yeah.
I thought they were like shy
I
guys
thought-
from Super Mario.
I thought he was drawing whatever he had seen.
Yeah, the monsters.
Yeah.
But you can clearly see one of them has a gas mask.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, well, that must be them, right?
Who knows, right? Because this fucking movie doesn't want to give you any
They
answers.
don't tell you shit in this
They're
movie.
too happy to be cryptic.
You
All right.
don't go outside at night.
Oh, once
That's
again,
all the information you
I was
do.
saying I got a lot Bird Box. I got a lot of Bird Box feels. Because spoiler for Bird Box, you never find out what the fuck this thing is that's killing
Yeah,
everyone.
but Bird Box did it right. That's why
I would say
people
Bird
loved
Box
it.
did it better in this one. Because at least Bird
Oh,
Box
for sure,
had
10
like
times
a... well, we won't... Well, because eventually
Yeah.
we'll probably do Bird Box. But anyway, go ahead.
But anyways, that was the only thing that I was like, all right, we're finally going to get this. Led to nothing.
No.
Second thing is, like, that lady's running away with her child.
Uh-huh.
And I swear to God, you cannot see that kid. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, they purposely didn't show him the whole
no.
time.
like the kid's holding in front of her, and then this dude pulls his gun up, shoots.
I don't know how
and
he
somehow
killed the
only
kid.
hit
Yeah.
the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not the lady. And
I was
like,
thinking maybe he...
that's not how bullets work.
I was thinking maybe he shot her shoulder and it went through and hit the kid in the head. But that's just me
Yeah.
trying to make sense of the fucking scene.
They showed her, and she looked fine.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Like
And
I said,
was like,
it's dumb how the kid got killed, but then the lady afterwards screaming. I think she killed that scene. But
yeah, that was anyways.
You
And
know?
the last one isn't a bad thing. It just would have made the movie like 20 times better. Is with like when he's leading him down the stairs, he's like, "Don't fucking look at me."
uh-huh.
And the wife's like in the shadows, whatever. If she would have just blown him the fuck away, like
Yeah, I was
Right
thinking
off the
she was
get.
gonna come out he was gonna come out the door and just fucking
and
pah!
just fucking paint the wall,
Yeah.
right? And then I would have been like, "Fuck yeah, this is cool." you
Yeah.
know? But none of that happened.
Yeah. I thought it was weird that they made him take off the mask when he came in the room to check on the kid. Like, they were like, no one's sick in here, just take off the mask. Which that might be them trying to deny that their kid is sick and that now they're probably sick too. But I thought it was just like, then I was like, can the sickness make people evil? But you don't ever really see that because it just seems like it just makes you breathe real heavy
Well-
and shit.
This
Yeah.
whole movie's bullshit.
Yeah.
The whole movie. Because like, how does this sickness go? Do you have to touch somebody? Is it in the blood? Is
Yeah,
it
it's
sweat?
like, which
It's apparently airborne because they gotta wear gas masks.
well,
yeah.
that's
So when they're at the table, they're already fucked.
yeah. Well, that's what the kid says. He's like, if Andrew's sick, then I am too. But I was like, well, if you're sick, then everyone's fucked. Yeah, I was like, everyone's fucked. That
That's the crazy part of this movie is that think of how traumatic it was for them to kill that whole family, right?
yeah,
Even though
Yeah.
they barely knew him, but that was like their only like outside, like if you're
Yeah.
on a desert island.
and who
it's
knows
like-
how long they were living together?
Yeah, they don't give you a time frame. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah, who knows how long they were.
So you kill them all, and then just to realize that you're already infected and you're all gonna die anyways. So
Yep.
it was like for nothing.
Yeah.
And they had to be mad that dog ran off and they didn't eat the fucking dog, right? Like,
Yeah, they're like, fuck.
Oh,
let's
no.
be serious here, right? Like no one wants the dog to die, right? I'm super.
I don't think they
animal
could
lover.
have. I don't think they
But,
could have ate that dog.
As soon as Grandpa
not
died,
after.
I'm like, come here, Fido.
That brings me to another part of this movie that they never explain. Which, it could just be they're trying to give a burial to people. But every time they kill anybody, they stick them in these holes that aren't really, like, you never see them bury them. It's just these half-dug holes that they just dump them in. And I was like, is there... And then the two guys they killed, they threw them in this hole with this tree, like, toppled down. And for some reason, I was like, are they going to turn it back up and like But there was something about the holes where I was like, is there a purpose to the reason they're putting these people in the ground like
just
this?
a normal like burial.
They were
but
burning the bodies though.
they were burning the bodies.
But
So-
you get the scene of when I think he's burying the dog. You see where they buried the grandpa too. Like there's a mound of dirt, so they definitely covered him over.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, they dump him in, burn the bodies, cover him over.
I like a mysterious movie that has like lots of questions, but give me some fucking answer.
Yeah,
right?
give
like,
me
Yeah.
something.
like their grandpa in
Maybe-
the beginning. He was sick and they had to kill him. Right?
Yeah.
It's like first 5 minutes, and then they never talk about how he got sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're secluded here, away from nowhere. But then all of a sudden, the grandpa's like, and they're
Yeah.
like, kill him.
I'm gonna say
Done.
you don't even have to give me like a definitive answer, but give me enough of whatever it is that I can sort of make up for myself what it is. But now I'm just
Yeah.
having to go on fucking just what my shitty brain can try to be like. Well, maybe it was this. Who knows? But
So this movie is 90 minutes of just watching a poor family.
yeah,
Like,
Trying to
you know,
survive in the
yeah,
woods.
yeah, like just trying. This is Hunter x Hunter.
this
But like
is
the
Hunter
first
x Hunter.
40 minutes of it.
I would rather watch Hunter x Hunter. Hunter
Me
x Hunter at
too.
least had that cool ending.
Yeah, it was the ending.
It's like a bad Bigfoot movie because
No.
you never know. You never know.
Well,
Like,
there's a
what it is.
part. There's a part where
Bigfoot's real.
yeah. There's a part where when the family moves in, you get flashes of them like doing fucking field work and all the shit, and then you get one where they take off the boards of the window to the kitchen or whatever. And I started thinking to myself, "Oh, they're getting too comfortable."
I think they're
never.
redoing the boards.
Oh, okay. Well, they never show them like putting back up or
Yeah.
anything. And so I started thinking, "Oh, they're getting too comfortable and they're going to start thinking they're safe." And that's when whatever this thing is just going to come and fucking wreck their shit. But
28
once
weeks.
again, yeah, 28 weeks. Yeah, just fucking
Is that my husband out
Steve,
there?
Steven?
I think.
Rah!
Yeah, right.
God, that fucking beginning of that movie is so fucking kick-ass.
So yeah, right. It's really good.
Yeah.
But so there's a weird thing going on with Will that we haven't talked about.
Okay.
First of all, he said he had all these odd jobs and he ended up being a mechanic.
Uh-huh.
And then he asked him where his truck was earlier, and he goes, "Oh, well, I didn't put oil in it." That's
Yeah.
like the number one rule
Yeah.
of being a mechanic is make sure your
Mechanic
oil's
or I thought he said construction.
full. Yeah, he did all these odd jobs, construction, masonry, blah blah blah. But then he ended up being a mechanic at the end.
Oh,
So like, it's like he's not a mechanic because he would have known about oil, and I'm sure you can find oil anywhere, right? It's not like
Yeah.
gas. It doesn't.
yeah. He said he was running it without oil, and I was like, "That's not." You can really, if you don't give a fuck about the car or truck or whatever, you can run it with like fucking canola oil. Like it doesn't fucking matter
Yeah.
what you put in there.
I mean, you're in an apocalypse situation, right? So,
Yeah.
like, and there's oil everywhere. You can literally take an oil filter off and drain it. There's a plug on the bottom that you just
Yeah.
undo and get oil. And then later on, he was like, "Yeah, I'm an only child," and he was like, we were with my brother, but he's dead." And
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Like
he
everyone
did say that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Holy
So-
shit! This motherfucker's been lying the whole time.
So, like,
Yeah, but
that
the
whole
thing is-
family is super shady, right?
Yeah, but it didn't seem like they were ever out to harm anybody. But they definitely had a past. But at the same time, I still think that the husband had something he was hiding. I don't know what the fuck it was, but he seemed shady as fuck the whole movie. I was so busy concentrating on him, I didn't even really piece together that Will was this shady fuck the whole time.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So my thought was that they know this kid is like walking in his sleep, or they know that he's fucking up everything, right? The little kid, the 10-year-old or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And that's what happened at the last place, and they brought that to the new place. and
Oh, yeah, they just...
Well,
because
hold on now.
you
They
couldn't
said
abandon your kid,
the grandpa was showing signs in like a day. It took.
Yeah.
They said it took him a whole day. So wouldn't it be consistent with the little kid too?
Well, no, I'm not saying that the kid was infected. I'm saying that wherever they were at last time,
He just
little
keeps
kid-
sleepwalking and fucking
yeah,
shit up.
he's fucking shit up, right? It's like
Oh.
if you had a brother who, like, he's your brother, he's family, you love him, but at the same time, he falls down fucking stairs and shit, right?
Uh-huh.
Like,
He
so
keeps
he's
lighting
like,
my
he's
house
like, I
on
got all
fire.
the food, and then he's like, and
Yeah.
you're like, no, the food. Like, this kid could have shit in their well, and that's why they didn't have water,
Yeah.
right? Like,
The-
just stupid stuff like that.
There was a part in this movie that pissed me off where they have, because we had seen it fucking 5 times at this point, where the kid
Why'd you do it backwards?
I always do
Face
it.
got me.
I always do it backwards. It's
It's
in my
bad.
DNA. Yeah. Where they have the Travis. Fuck you guys.
In your DNA. So that means your mom and
Li-
dad have it too.
Real shit. I've done it since I was like 7, and they give me shit for
No,
it too.
not Tom. It's A-N-D. It's A-N-D.
fuck you. Anyway, A and D, fucking asshole. Anyway, Travis has this dream where he's infected and he's throwing up, and his arms have all this shit on him and shit, right? And
He
then
got lumps.
he wakes he fucking he wakes up, right? And it's still on his arms and shit. And you're like, "Oh fuck, this kid's
Fucking
fucked."
dreaming a dream.
Right?
I hate it.
Yeah.
And then
I hate
he
it.
wakes up again. And I was like, "No, you fucking movie.
Yeah.
You've had the rule the whole time. A kid has
Play
a
with
dream,
you.
he wakes up." And then they do it this one where he wakes up again, and you're like, "Ah, you bastard." And it pissed me off when they did that. So,
It's really weird. I wish they would have been like, they would have done the whole. Because you know the grandpa, they like lay him back and they're like,
uh-huh.
"Are you doing good? You need anything?" And then it just goes black and then it's like the pillow gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just kept waiting to see that, like the way it ended. But we had that horrible fucking kitchen table scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys were talking about the credits starts off. I remember watching it and being like, "Is this the end of the movie?" And then the credits went.
No.
And I was like, "What?"
And I turned it off, and you figure I'd learned my lesson from like Lake Mungo or whatever, and like keep watching, but I did not.
I didn't either. I didn't
I
read
skipped
anything
through, there was
about
nothing there.
Yeah. The only like I keep talking about movies it reminded me of, but spoiler, I won't spoil who it is, but the original Thing, that movie kind of ends with two people being like, "All right, which one of us is it?" You know? And so that's how this movie reminded me of, like, are you sick? Or, or is it me? Or, and we've seen what they go through to, like, survive. But at that point, their son's dead. Like, do they even fucking care? Like, to still try to stay alive?
So the weird part to me is like I didn't get any sketchy vibes from the main dad.
Oh, I got super sketch.
He did. I got one scene where they're both in bed and they're about to bang, and homegirl's reading a book. He just reaches over and closes it, and I was like, "Come on, asshole! What are you doing?" Like, I don't
Didn't
know.
even let her
That's
put her
weird to me.
bookmark in.
Yeah,
Lost
he
her
just
spot.
closes it, and like at first he like lays it, and I was like, "Okay, he just wants to get a little closer." Then he's like, "Nah, I'm trying to fuck," and he closes her book, and I'm like, "Dog."
It was something about,
That just happens. Like
the
Oh,
why
that shit's
he...
weird.
Like, why he shot that guy when Will wanted to interrogate him. And it seemed like he just made up some bullshit excuse about why he killed him. Like, oh, he could have... I don't even remember what he said. But there was something about it where I was like...
It was a little
It
quick.
sketched me out. I was like, why did he just kill this guy? And so then I started thinking, like, maybe he recognized him. And he was part of, like, something else that he had been going on. And he had to shut him up before he said anything.
it was just. I mean,
I
you
think it
have
was
to have
nerves, adrenaline.
Well,
Maybe.
if
Or he
you're
just
in
likes
your
to kill
car,
her.
shot at.
if you're in your car and someone shoots your side window and you
Yeah,
have a gun, are
you're
you
gonna
not going
freak
to
the
shoot?
fuck
them?
You're like, motherfucker! I don't know why.
Like, let's talk this over. No,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm shooting his other knee even. So,
Yeah.
but like, there's all these. It's apocalypse, right? So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to
Killer
make some
bee
tough
key.
choices, right? Like you come across a man who has all the food your family needs. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Just leave it there and
Take
be
his
like,
goats.
hey, yeah, we're gonna start shooting people. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there was some like really tough choices and stuff you had to make. Like, no one in this movie's innocent, probably, right? Like, by today's standards, but you go into like those crazy situations and
Yeah.
things change.
I think the best
Well, they-
apocalyptic livestock to have were those chickens because they lay eggs like you would not fucking believe.
Yeah.
I mean, the best would just be to have a garden, you know.
Yeah, but plants are icky.
Yeah, we eat meat out here.
Well, they have that line with when Travis overhears. So the only reason they have the scene with Travis being pervy and like being up in this part of the attic or whatever and listening to the family is then later after they choose to separate, he goes back up there and hears them saying they're just gonna fucking leave, right? He goes and tells the fam that they're gonna leave. And so immediately the husband, they're going to take the fucking goat and they're going to take all the shit. So they start getting their guns, and this is why shit's kicking off. And then you get a line where the husband is like, you don't know what people do when they have to survive, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, clearly, that's the thing. You never know what someone's capable of when they're doing what they think is right or what they have to do to live.
The whole movie's horse shit.
Yep,
Like, I'm sorry
that.
I keep saying this. Like,
Yeah, you could agree on that one.
Is that their house?
Who knows?
Who
There's
knows?
not a picture on the walls. There's nothing around. I mean, they have their little rooms, but that's shit.
Don't they go into one room and the guy's like, "This is my brother Bill's room" or something, and there's like a picture of a random guy that I guess you're supposed to believe is Bill, but that could have just been him being like, "Yeah, this is my brother Bill." Meanwhile, it's the guy that they brutally murdered to take over his house.
And then let's talk about, like, I'm guessing they did it to save money or time, because this movie's like 98 minutes long. But he goes away to the other people's house, and he stays there for 3 days, and then comes back with the people,
Yeah.
and the goats, and everything. And why not show the house, their living conditions?
Was it 3 days?
Well, he says he's going to be there for 3 days.
The kid, I remember I wrote down in my thing, Travis, you get like 8 fucking shots of him looking out this window. To the point where on the last time, I was like, how many fucking times I gotta look at this kid look out the window? And then there's a truck pulling up, and he goes, "Oh, Mom!" And I'm thinking, oh shit, there's gonna be like people pulling up, you know, and there's gonna be trouble. And then he was like, "Dad's home." And I was like, what? That motherfucker just... Because I thought the truck was destroyed. Yeah. Like, I get...
he hit a tree or whatever.
I get they were changing
trees.
I get they were changing the tire, but for some reason I was like, oh, the truck's fucked up. They're going to have to walk. So that was what, once again, I was thinking they were going to have to walk to this dude's house. There was going to be a whole thing where then at night, you light a campfire, what do you do to keep away whatever this is? You know, that, like, I had so many more things, interesting things I thought were going to happen that they just didn't. They just show back up with his family. And it's like, oh.
How did they change that tire, Tom? Were you pumping up?
Shut up. That's how you change the tire, right? You just pump it up again.
It's just, there's
you
so
got to
many...
get the scene of the dude on the ground fucking twirling the fucking tire iron.
Yeah,
crazy.
like, there's so many... Like, we had to watch people wash up and shit, and I'm like, why?
Man,
Yeah,
it's the most depressing shower, yeah. So.
Well, I mean, when we, you know, I guess behind the scenes, when that hurricane came through, like, 4 years ago now?
2 or 3. 3, I think.
Yeah. There was the one big one, and then the one smaller one that still knocked out power.
I'm talking about the big one. But
yeah,
the one that I didn't have power for like 6 days. Like,
yeah, it was like a week or something.
Like yeah, and it was horrible.
Oh, you took a shower?
I don't think I took a shower. I think I just went without for a week.
You were at a hotel.
I wasn't even here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still just didn't take a shower in the hotel. I remember I was pissed about that because Maverick fucking left, and we both took our Xbox and we were like, ah, fuck, we got fucking 3 days or whatever, just be playing Rocket League because we were super into Rocket League then. And then I got there, my internet in my hotel was fucked, and I couldn't connect to shit. And Maverick the whole time was like, I've leveled up 78 times. And I was like, you bitch. I was so pissed.
I was playing many video games.
He was playing fucking everything. Yeah, he did. He turned into a cowboy, and I was pissed. Maverick went to fucking, well, we won't say where he went.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't live.
Yeah,
he went to Tennessee. He only 10
I think it was Chattanooga.
Where did you go?
I went
fucking
to Charleston.
10-hour drive. God damn it.
Oh, Charleston, you still got the storm.
Yeah,
we only got a little bit.
That's waterfront, brother.
Don't fucking call me that. I always think of Jimmy Snuka, that murderer.
I like how you still did this.
I still did.
But yeah, this movie, I don't think I could even suggest it to anybody.
That was what it done.
The whole time I was watching this, I felt like I was watching a Maverick pick, and I was like, I usually always like, at the end of watching it, I'll send Maverick a message saying, I'm going to kick your ass, you know?
Yeah.
And I was watching it.
I was
like, oh.
I was so disappointed because it's an A24 movie. Which,
I was waiting for a Shutter logo to pop up. I'm like, oh, say Shutter exclusive.
Yeah. Which
it would have made so much sense.
So here's where I started. So I picked it, and it was an A24 movie, right? And the only other A24 movie I don't like is Midsummer. Okay, that's the only other one I haven't liked.
I
I
haven't
want to
watched
pick
it.
that though.
I hope
Well, you can
don't.
pick. Maybe I'll warm up to it. Who knows? But I didn't like it the first time. But so I picked it, and then I started noticing, all the other A24 movies I like Hereditary and The Lighthouse and Uncut Gems and fucking Good Time and shit. Every time I go on Twitter, at least once a day, I probably see at least one tweet or something about one of those movies, right? I have never heard shit about It Comes at Night. I never see anyone talking about it. I never see any tweets about it. And I started thinking to myself, there's probably a good reason why I never, before I started the movie, and then 10 minutes in, I sent you guys, it's not looking good. And, yeah, so.
I mean, it seems like it's still the beginning of a movie. Like, you're watching it, and it's setting everything up, and you're like, okay, here we go, credits, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Where's the rest?
Yeah,
wanna-
it's build up, and then a sharp drop off with no actual middle. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like the whole movie is an intro for the next movie.
Yeah. This movie had a budget. This pissed me off
What
when
if
I
they
saw
did
it. That'd be.
What if
Fucking
this-
genius.
What if
Yeah.
this is an intro to a video game coming out or some other?
It's like PT. It's a fucking
no,
intro
what's
to
that
Silent Hill.
movie that everyone loves that came out with the second one with the lady who's not a lady anymore?
Whoa.
Where it was the fungus that turned everyone into zombies. Yeah, like clickers or whatever.
Last of Us.
Last
Last of Us, yeah. So maybe this is the prequel to that.
I don't know.
And it is a fungus. Who knows, man?
But I saw the budget, right?
It
So
has to be like 50 grand.
Yeah,
Like, you
under
can't
a
be
million.
that's
Under a million.
that's the thing, right? So there's nothing in this movie
bleeding
overly expensive, right? A bleeding dog, I guess it doesn't cost a lot to get fucking ink shit coming out of people's mouths, right? The budget for this movie, fellas, is
$8 million.
between 2.4 to $5 million. That's the budget for this movie.
What were they paying? What?
That plastic sheeting was expensive. Who knows?
I have no idea what the
Fucking
fuck.
cabin in the woods.
The '97 Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah.
What?
Tacoma. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I have no idea. It made a box office of $20 million. So,
This thing was in movie. What
wasn't movie.
theaters?
yeah, man. But I saw that budget and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
We need to make merch because these fucking idiots out here buying anything. We need merch. We need all kinds of shit. If someone
Fucking
spent
VMware.
20 million
Fucking
for this,
Take my card.
yeah,
Take my
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Swipe that bitch. Just fucking take it.
because
Yeah.
I can't believe 20 million.
Yeah.
I bet you there's people out there who's like, I watched it twice, and it was like, I fucking hate you.
I'm sure there's people out, which to be fair, I think there's any movie you watch, there's someone in the world that probably that's their favorite movie. But if this
Yeah.
is your favorite, I'm judging you.
Hard.
That's not true. You can like what you
It's
like.
like between the three of us,
No.
we should.
Myra's like, no.
There's we usually have pretty good insight into something, but there was nothing here.
Well, I mean, we've tried to discuss what it could be.
Yeah, but
This whole movie's an
What it
assumption.
could be. I said that weird.
Okay, Cosby.
Ooh, give me the pudding. That was...
no, God, just stop, just stop.
I don't know Cosby. I can't do that.
Don't make
I don't know any
But
Cosby.
make me bust out
called
my-
him Cosby. What?
Don't make me bust out my Arnold again.
Wasn't that the Arnold?
It was like I still fucked it up. I can't get it right.
Need some practice, Tom.
But my Scooby is good.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Anyway,
I don't know, but this movie was a lame movie for me.
yeah.
There wasn't
fucking
even
sucked.
little points. Okay, that guy y'all think is a man sitting on the log or whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
He's a whole man.
If that was a person or a thing,
I'm a man.
then that's good. They should have
I
given
got
us more of that, right? But It's That's why we don't let Bob eat tuna and drink beer.
This has been a wacky podcast, boys. Ooh.
But yeah, it's a pass for me, dog.
Yeah, I would not
Yeah.
recommend.
Yeah. It's a bad
I mean, I want a refund, but I watched it on Netflix.
Yeah, it can't. Yeah. Anyway.
20 million. Holy
20 million
shit.
bucks. Yeah.
Hey, we should make a movie.
We could do it.
I am. I'm planning it
We'll
right
film
now.
it in my backyard. Y'all bring like pool noodles.
I plan on using the Hunt Club.
Oh,
If you
oh
need
gotcha.
access.
Okay. Shoot it late at night.
I need a lake.
We got the river.
The river, yeah, but
I can
very
make a puddle in the
important that it's a
backyard. If you
We'll
film it
make
from
it
low,
look
it'll
like
look
a-
like a lake.
Yeah, I was gonna say real low.
Yeah.
well, no, it has to be like a still lake. It can't be moving water.
Boat
Well,
shop.
Anyway.
I'm sure there's
Still in
lakes around
Vegas.
here. So,
Next week, it's Tyler's pick. Tyler, what are we watching?
I have two options.
Two options.
One is They Live.
They Live. Yeah.
That's always on the burner.
Yeah.
The other one is the VVH.
Oh.
Let's watch They Live.
They Live. Yeah, that's what I was
'Cause-
Which one is
sleeping
that?
They Live is Roddy Piper and Keith David and
for.
shit.
It's John Carpenter, right?
It's a John Carpenter movie, yeah. Just because I like the Vivitch or the Witch, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. But after this movie, there was already a slog and a slow fucking movie. That movie is also very slow.
Spoiler.
Very, yeah. And so,
Oh shit!
and so
1990 or 88.
yeah. So I don't want to watch those back to back. So
It's
I
like
would-
a good
I would go They
80s
Live.
horror film, Mav. It's fun.
It's
You'll like it.
fun. There's like an 8-minute fight scene in it that's crazy. And by fight scene, I legitimately mean like just a fist fight. Like not like a fucking. It's great.
That that movie review channel or like the summary channel that I watch just like literally today as of the 29th, like 6 hours ago,
Mm-hmm.
did a recap on They Live.
Look, they
I was
stole
wondering
it from
where-
us.
I was
we
wondering
wanted to
where
do
I
it last
seen
week.
it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
not
looking.
last week. My last pick, which was 2 weeks ago, 3
Mhm.
weeks ago.
It's
Then I
where,
went with Valerie instead. I think.
yeah.
I watched one clip from this movie, like last week. 2-minute scene where dude walks in with a shotgun in
Yeah,
the bank.
this is what I was, yeah.
Yeah,
Why are you?
and he's
Wait, spoilers! Spoilers! Just wait.
It's-
It's okay. We're
you
gonna
know.
have a movie review of it.
Yeah, it's where Duke Nukem gets his line from. But
bubble
maybe.
gum and ass, something like that.
I
in
came
that
here
order,
to
maybe.
eat ass and chew bubble gum.
And I'm all out of ass. Wait,
Yeah.
that's not how it goes.
Anyway. All right. Well, next week, They Live. Classic
I'm looking
little
forward to it.
Classic,
little movie.
classic. Tom's gonna order a shirt and wear it for the cast.
I bought the
You
fucking.
should order the mask.
both the mask and the shirt.
I bought the
Those things are
fucking
famous.
Captain Spaulding shirt the other day.
Really, the one with
Nice.
the big head.
Yeah, and it says, "Don't you think we're funny?" And that's why I bought it. And but I bought it fucking Tuesday or something, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna wear it for the cast." But then it was like, it's not gonna be here till Monday, and I was like, "What?" So I didn't get it for this week. That was sad.
R.I.P. Sid Haig, is that his name?
Yeah, that's his name. Oh, we didn't talk about it in fucking Lords of Salem, but he was in that movie. But then they cut him out. Apparently, he was one of the guys that like straps up that witch to be burned alive. He was just
should have been the one guy.
who, the fucking
author.
yeah. Anyone else should have been that guy. So anyway, all right. Thanks for watching, listening.
Actually, hold on.
Okay,
He should have had Henry Forte's role.
Ken
He should have
Foray,
been Yeah, Ken Foray. Yeah,
Henry Forte.
he should have been the radio like jockey guy.
Yeah.
So sorry, and Otis should have just been one of the
He should have been the baby.
no the meatloaf baby.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. Listen to the what movie did we do? It Comes at Night.
It's your pick.
I know. I want to forget about it.
Your next pick's gonna be fucking garbage too.
No. That picks
What is your next pick?
you. Oh, he doesn't remember what it is. Yeah.
It's a secret.
I remember you saying, but I was like,
Yeah.
mm,
Well, now you're
I
gonna
don't
have
think
to
you
wait.
said it on cast though. I don't know.
I think we said it after it was done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Maverick, as always, got any last minute thoughts to add? Yeah, my mom.
You got that little Superman curl going on with your hair there, man. It's nice.
yeah, that's what happens because I brush it to the side. It goes up here, but then back down and then back up when it gets long. Only when it gets long. But don't watch this movie. It's not worth it. Unless someone in this movie gets famous.
The
Well,
main
the main guy is famous, yeah.
Is he? I didn't recognize him, so he's not famous.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
He's like a soldier and everything. Like
Just a soldier.
Zero Dark 30 and like all that stuff. Black Hawk Down, all that. I don't think he's in Black Hawk Down, by the way.
Yeah.
But you know.
Anyway.
Yeah,
All right.
This movie
Thomas,
was
you know,
nothing.
grab your guitar and play us out here.
No.
I thought he froze.
No. Anyway, thanks for watching.
A little Wonderwall. I said maybe.
See you next week for They Live.